Here it is. Everybody has been. Has he read the post yet? Has he read the post yet? Has he said anything about the Odin Founders Club yet? And I'm about to. So there was a post that went out and an email. They're identical, apparently. I don't get the emails. I unsubscribed from them because they were like constantly being like last chance and all that stuff. It was super annoying. So I don't get like the weekly email or anything like that anymore. So I'm glad. There's the link for the email if you're interested, but it is the same, I believe. Let me know if it's different. Let's go here so we can read it. This is their decisions on what to do with what they're saying here at the top. The Anvil Odin Battlecruiser is the last of our original crowdfunding campaign. So the original crowdfunding campaign is not really the right way to say it, but I guess it's the last. Their stretch goals from a long time ago, because the original crowdfunding campaign was Kickstarter, right? But this was like the early stuff with and then they said at twice the size by volume of the Javelin, it will easily be the largest and most crew intensive ship we've made available. Don't buy the crew intensive side, because the Idris is really big, and it has a laser that the pilot fires, and it is one of the most soloed ships in the game. So we'll see. It depends on how they design it, which over time they've learned a lot more on what to do with turrets and things like that to make it so the pilot pilots, the turrets. Some of these older ships, they did not do that, and unfortunately, the Idris is not that way. The thing is, yeah, maybe you need 2 crew, right? But the Idris, they knew that lesson, and then they still sold the laser that the pilot can fire and then make excuses as to why other people can't fire it, which none of us buy. So anyway, I'm getting off topic here. To celebrate this milestone, we are creating the Odin Founders Club, a select, should I say it, read it this way? A select group of star citizens dedicated to the principles of cooperative group play and a positive impact on the verse. What? These ships are built around crew coordination and the dedicated people behind them. What fucking RP bullshit is this? No, I read it like Farrister, maybe, yeah. Farrister is the voice of fancy. I don't know. How will you lead, organize, and use this ship to create impact for you and your crew? What a weird paragraph. What a weird combination of words, right? Now, this is something I don't actually think is that bad. I'm kind of curious what you guys think. To apply for access to the Odin Founders Club, you may go to the concierge ticket portal. So number one, you have to be concierge. Don't necessarily like that. But whatever. Good. If you're dumb enough to be concierge, it's like the IQ level, but it's the opposite. Like there's a barrier to IQ. The lower the IQ level you have, the more ships you're allowed to buy, right? So the higher concierge you have, the lower you the lower your IQ is, essentially. It's just like waving your hands and saying, "Hey, I don't spend my money wisely," basically. Select the new pull down, and for anybody who's concierge, I'm concierge. I've backed 20,000 into the game. So if you're sitting there thinking I'm above you, I'm one of you. I'm self-deprecating, okay? Select the new pull down entitled Odin Founders Club and tell us 999 words or less why that's you and why you want to become captain of the first battlecruiser class vessels ever built. Additionally, we will review internal data across multiple aspects. Really, Mike, what the heck? I mean, I don't really need to explain how I got there, but I will very quickly. When I was dealing poker, I was making great money, and I could, things weren't the way they are now, where I could afford everything very easily where I live. I still live in the same place, and I can't afford it now, even though I make twice as much as I was making then. I was making great money, and what I did was I would stream, and I took all the money that we made from streaming every single month. We bought Star Citizenships with it, and we gave it away. So I don't have $20,000 worth of ships at all. I bought maybe 15,000 worth of ships and gave them away. So, yeah, that's how I hit that number. I don't actually have those ships. It wasn't I need to have this, I need to have this, I need to have this. We did Orion giveaways. We did all sorts of giveaways. Lots of like Hornets back in the day because they were like pretty good in PvP. So, yeah. 5,000 is still insane, of course, yeah. So I'm still in the dumb level, but I'm not as dumb as some of these other guys. Or just not as, like, collector or whatever. So, additionally, we'll review internal data across multiple aspects of Star Citizen's gameplay and add some of our most active captains to this group automatically. I should be in this group automatically, right? I play more than most people and should have internal data more than most people. We'll see. Now, I misunderstood this the first time I skimmed it. I thought it should have been you do the 99 words or less, and they review your data. Right? When the Odin concept promotion waves go live at DefenseCon on May 24th, those members of this Odin Founders Club selected through either or both processes will have exclusive access on the promotion page to attain their universe first battle cruiser. So to me, this was them trying to solve a really big problem that they had and have still. This doesn't solve it, I don't think, based on everything that they're saying here, is a lot of bots. A lot of bots who are buying these ships and then holding on to them to sell later. Right? That's the thing. So this was hopefully going to solve that. But the 99 words or less, is going to be ChatGPT'd by nearly everyone. So it can probably be automated with Claude and all this other shit, right? So you're going to use AI to write the essay anyway. So you're just a bot anyway, right? We're excited to begin this journey with you, and you can apply for access to the Odin Founders Club beginning today through May 11th. Ensure you have the promotional emails enabled on your account, so we may notify in the weeks following if you've been selected to join. So I may have been selected to join and have no idea if I have been, because I don't get the promotional emails. Fishing for whales, yes. So they do this like you're an exclusive club thing because they know it works. They see the 890 Jump Club and things like that where this kind of stuff works. But in reality, I do think that this is an attempt to solve the bot problem, but I don't know how well it's going to work. But if they're really looking at like player numbers, and if like I would have loved to see it if people who actually play the game and test the game and help the game out in this stage get a first crack at it. I thought that would have been a really big win. Outside of that, yeah, asking players to write a thing to buy a ship, it feels so Star. It's like the most Star Citizen thing ever, right? But I will say I hope this works better than what we had, right? What do you get every time there's a big sale with waves of sales? Oh, it's sold out before I can even do it, right? So hopefully that's not the case, right? And everyone that's in the club is going to have access to buy the ship. That's the other thing, is they have the ability to limit the number of people in the club to say we're only selling this many Odins. So yeah, I don't know. This is wild. People can write an essay to buy a ship JPEG. Yeah. The other thing I will say is if you're excited about this thing, I can somewhat understand your excitement, but also you have to understand that it takes years to make these ships from start to finish. This one likely hasn't even been started very much. At the most, you're going to get concept, like white box concept art. Or I forgot there's like a concept phase where it looks white boxy, but it's not white box. I forgot the name of it. The Kraken had that and many other things. The Javelin, and like theoretically, what do we think? It's twice the size of the Javelin. The Javelin's $3,000. What are you going to spend on this thing? You know what I mean? So if you're gonna lock up between $4,000 to $6,000 in a ship that's not going to come out for a really long time, knowing what you know about buybacks and the way they're handling those now, God bless you. Good luck to you. It's not something I'm going to do. And in the end, I don't own it. I never bought an Idris, never bought a Javelin. I did buy a Pioneer. So that's the biggest one I have. Concept Mesh, that's what I was looking for. Yep. You posted your clause slop in Discord. Okay, I won't read it now though. I don't care to even promote that stuff. It's so stupid to me. I'm a boomer, clearly. I'll never buy into this AI shit, I don't think. Maybe one day, but right now I'm struggling with it. But in the end, like, I really like the idea of kind of like, my whole thing about Star Citizen is it would be infinitely better if we all started with an Aurora on day one of the game and then we worked our way up. It would be infinitely better. And then it would be up to CIG to make that experience more fun than it is right now. So I take that same approach with a lot of these big ships that are really, really useful. Like the Idris is incredibly useful for our mining operations and our org. And it's became, really, really an achievement for our org to come together and get a Wicklow Idris for a couple of our like main fleet commanders that are going to run those fleets. It's been great. Now we have these ships that are available. We do pit stops with the prospectors going through them and stuff. It's super cool. But yeah, I just don't. For me, this is always a wait for in-game thing. But for the collectors, I totally understand why you want to. But at the same time, I don't want to. And this feels like the most Star Citizen thing that's ever existed. This is, I guess, better than having to get lucky and to be able to get the F7A Mark II or whatever, the F7A in with the ticket, the golden ticket stuff. I guess this is better than that. And then the other side of it is, I think that this is it's an attempt at solving the bot problem. But we'll see what happens there. So I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. It's pretty goofy, pretty stupid in general. And what year do you think this ship's going to come out? Because it's not 2026, and it's probably not 2027. And if it is 2027, you should be pissed. Because then some other ship that somebody spent a lot of money on a long time ago just got skipped over by you for some reason, which is pretty fucked up too. My only other, like, weird out there theory, and let me know what you think about this, is I don't know what the Calders, the investor people, this like popped in my head earlier this morning. The investor people, like that one investor in Star Citizen. What if this is to pay off that investment completely, buy them out, and then all of the profits for Squadron 42 go to Chris, Aaron, Sandy, and co. Right? It's like finishing that up. It wouldn't be enough. I mean, these guys have been getting paid back for years, right? What do they owe them? Like 70, 80 million? I mean, this is not going to make that much. That's not how it works. I mean, I imagine you don't know how it works either, right? Whatever contract or something they have. But it's probable that those guys just own the company, right? They have a percentage of the company and they're just getting a cut. But it's just some random thought that popped in my head. Since this is the same size roughly as the Bengal, do you think that they can go the route of build an org space station only? Build an org space station only route? Sorry if dumb question, just loosely follow the game. Yeah, surely. The dock in which you craft these ships would likely only be in a space station based off of what we've seen, right? With the Bengal thing. With the Bengal docked at that station at the end of CitizenCon 2 years ago. I mean, the Calder family are billionaires, and as far as I know, they own 12%. Well, if they own a percentage of the company, they're not buying them out, most likely. But yeah, who knows? But they have windows they can pull out in and out, and all they've done is reinvest further. Yeah, true. So, oh well, it was just a thought I had. But yeah, let me know what you think about this. It's they are selling their last image, so they say. But they continue to sell them technically with selling concept ships that are not actively in development during other sale pages. So it is what it is. This is weird. I mean, why not sell the Bengal now? And yeah, we'll see. Kraken looks practical. I think the Kraken and the BMM have now lost their entire use case with a lot of the conversations that they've had about markets over the last few weeks. So I'm kind of worried about those ships and if they'll make sense and be fun. And that's the problem with buying a concept ship, is you think it's going to be one way, and then the game keeps getting built, and then it changes. And then it's kind of disappointing. And then you just invested thousands of dollars in a thing that's not going to be fun anymore. Pretty fucking stupid, if you ask me. So think twice before you give these guys between $4,000 and $6,000, guys, because that's crazy.